Welcome to our Timoteo Championship Edition. We're finally here at the end of the season.
Finally.
Rain delays. I got COVID this year, man. We're here. We're at the finals, man. We're at our final four. Let's kind of recap a little bit. Last week, we had the Broncos upsetting the Cardinals 13-7. We had the Buccaneers beating the Vikings 25-0. We had the Steelers beating the Pac-9 18-12. And then we had the Eagles beating the Chiefs 31-0. First thing I want to do is I want to thank the Cardinals who had an amazing season. Had one loss all year. Came out flat this week. Got disappointed. I want to thank the Vikings who still shorthanded this week. They came with all their coaches and put up the best fight that they could under man. I want to thank the Pac-9. What they brought to the season this year. Marcus's, last game, Ish's last game.
And like 20th Timoteo season, if you count summer camp, all the. He's got like 20 years.
No doubt about it. Man. He's definitely pulled the most flags in fight history.
Sure.
And then I want to thank the Chiefs, man. Another new team that came in this year. Thank you guys for coming out and helping us with our season. Kind of recap the games a little bit. Just real quick, Broncos card, that's the biggest one. Yeah. I think that kind of shocked everybody. I think the Broncos had Javi playing quarterback. He probably looked a little nervous, but he did what he had to do. I think the Cardinals usually destroy teams on defense through the air, and I think he took care of the ball really well. I think he might have only thrown one in him.
Was he only throw one?
I think it was maybe only one. Could have been whatever, but they managed pretty well.
For sure.
And they were able to pull flags. Cardinals just like a little bit flat. They kind of got down there to score a couple times. Yep. Couldn't kind of get it in, and that's Timoteo for you. It happens. You got one of the top seeds getting knocked out by the Broncos. But that's what we kind of talk about all year.
Always.
The seasons that get you ready for here. It's a shame that the one game can kind of take you out, but it doesn't take away everything for the season. No. So a shout out to the Cardinals. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, and the Cardinals went through a lot, man. They had essentially almost had to switch up a lineup midway through. Lost a lot of players to like 7-on-7 and stuff. So just a shout out to Cornell, man, to be able to work through that and still hold on to that one seed all the way through pretty much the entire year, man.
Yeah. Then you got the Bucks. Bucks played, really well. They were playing against a six-player Vikings team. Shout out to the players that came out there to finish the year and not quit. I respect that a lot.
Always.
So the Bucks got a break there going against, a team with one player short. And then you have Steelers Pac-9, another close game, finished 18-12. A lot of emotions in this game, and it was the Steelers, holding their poise a little bit more, and were able to kind of come out with a win. Shout out to Elias.
For sure.
The new coaches out there. Rob has been, trying to hold it in mentally, doing it really well, of kind of trying to be a leader in that team. And they were kind of shorthanded a little bit too. We didn't see Seam or Sean. But yeah, they played well, man. Janier had a really big catch. Dave had a really big catch in the center in the season. And,
Big Dave.
Big Dave, man. He was out there balling. Yeah, he was playing middle linebacker, I think, as well. Yep. And they just made a couple more plays, man. I think Vic had to come in at quarterback. I think he kind of showed you that the future is bright for him.
Oh, for sure.
At quarterback, the Steelers are the defending champs. Yeah. They knocked out, a good team, a solid team in the Pac-9, and they're now advancing. And then you got the Eagles and Chiefs. When I watched this game, the Chiefs tried to do everything that they could, to try to change things up. They really put effort into the game, and it came up short. But as their first year kind of coming in, you're just like, you can kind of see where they're going. They got hot. at the end of the year, they kind of won their doubleheader, jumping up in the rankings. So so they're kind of figuring it out. And the first year just always kind of need that time to kind of do it. And then they don't have a lot of coaches that have that Timoteo experience either. So it was good to see some of the veterans, Quaddy, come out and Xavier come out and help. But I think that's a team to watch out for.
They just got to figure out the quarterback situation, right? I think they went through the 3 guys this year. All 3 guys have potential. All 3 guys have promise. But like you said, that first year, Timoteo is finding that consistency to really just kind of like lay the groundwork and then build from that. And so once they figure that out, once they get that, I think the Chiefs are gonna you're gonna see major improvement. In just 1 year.
So now we can talk about our matchups coming into to this week. So our first game is at 10 o'clock. You have the Broncos against the Bucks. And then you have at 11 o'clock Eagles versus Steelers. And then the championship will follow at 12:30. So, this is championship week. We will crown a winner this week. And those are the schedule of the games. Just to go over it again. 10 o'clock, you got the Bucks and the Broncos. 11 o'clock, Eagles and Steelers. And then 12:30, we're going to have the championship. So let's dive right into the Bucks and Broncos. It's kind of like you got the Cinderella team, the Broncos, winning their, winning their first game. It just happens to be an upset, in the playoffs, man. And like I said, sometimes, teams can get hot. What did you kind of see? What do you think about this matchup here kind of going in?
Yeah, I tell you what, man, the Broncos are an interesting team, right? Because we talk about just now with the Chiefs, right? Like not having that Timoteo experience, right? So you say, oh, these are Broncos' new team, but their coaches are kids that played in Timoteo for a long time, right?
Yeah.
So while they didn't get wins during the regular season, if you watch their games, there was moments where you say, hey, they get it, right? They understand how to win games. They just couldn't finalize that. They couldn't turn them into wins until the playoff game. So I think the Bucks are probably a big favorite. You're talking about an experienced coaching staff, experienced team, guys that have been playing for a long time. You got superstars like Nas. You got Jai, quarterback. You got Little J, who another 20-year veteran. It feels like
they kind of got the Broncos kind of got like their own Little J.
Sure.
So they might match up right there too. They've been making plays. I mean, shout out again to Javi, man, coming out there playing quarterback. Big boy out there, making moves.
Again, big fan, right?
Yeah.
Big fan of the big boys.
He's out there trying, to do his best to win the game, and he had the poise to get the lead and hold on to the lead. And so you got to give him credit for making plays when he needed to make plays, and it didn't look like he went out there scared. Oscar, his brother, had a big interception. Looked like his turbo button was a little broke on that interception.
He was trying.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on there, but
Nas ran out.
I thought he had another chance. But nonetheless, it was a great play, and then I think it led to a score and the momentum kind of changing in that game. Another kid who plays with a lot of motion is Reek.
Sure. He got a late interception, I think, too.
Yeah, he did.
The interception that essentially... no, because the Cardinals ended up getting it back. Yeah. But he got, with a few minutes left, he got a big pick that was able to eat up a lot of time and make that last drive difficult for the Cardinals.
Yeah, and one thing, too, with the I think what the Broncos did very well was they didn't get beat deep, and they put a lot of pressure. The rusher coming in at the quarterback put a lot of pressure on him. Not making him feel comfortable, not giving him the time he needs
not making it easy for him
to make the play, and really essentially helping out his safeties, because now he doesn't have as much time to kind of go. But the Broncos did really good, man, and then on the Bucks, you got JoJo, came in, slotted as the quarterback, unselfishly, went to wide receiver when Ja kind of came in. And that's, you got to give him credit, for just being an ultimate teammate.
For sure. That's tough, man. Yeah. That's tough to want to be the guy, to have the opportunity to win your games. Yeah. Right. And then move and do something else and still contribute at a high level. Right. So you got to love that for a guy like this.
So real quick, I mean, they got Kendry, they got Noble, just to name a couple guys out there, and they got the light skinned kid. Carson? Colin?
Who?
Colin?
Carson?
Carson. He. I love the way he plays. I'm a big fan.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, tough kid, man. And he does all the little things right. What's his name again?
Kyle. Kevin.
Carson. My man Carson, man. Yeah, he's got a lot of nicknames.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Give me a scenario. How do the Bucks win this? I mean, the Broncos win this game.
Yeah, I think it really comes down to same thing, right? Getting the job early, right? Making them have to make throws. But one thing I'll say about Leo is amazing at in-game management, adjusting, right? So if you're the Broncos, you got to have two things, right? You almost got to have two game plans, right? You have to have an early game plan to try to get them uncomfortable, keep yourself in the game, give yourself a shot that in the second half the game hasn't already gotten away from you. But then you have to be able to adjust because Leo's going to adjust if that game is too close.
Right.
And so, and again, we talk about it, right? Those coaches are guys that came under Leo. They've seen him do that before, right?
Yeah.
They've seen him improvise on the fly, change stuff up, change, players out of position, eliminate, routes on a play. So you have to be prepared for those adjustments. But the key is to give yourself a chance in the second half. Keep the game close, put pressure on the quarterback, hope that he makes a mistake or two. And I'll tell you, one of the biggest things is when you have opportunities to score, you gotta score.
Yeah,
you can't leave points on the field when you're the underdog.
Yeah, 10 and in, man. You gotta be able to punch it.
You gotta be
able to punch it.
Yep.
You bring up some good points, man. And I think that's what happened with the Cardinals is they let the Broncos stay in the game, and then come the second half. Now they're like, wait a minute.
Now you got to turn up.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Oh, right. The Broncos. Right. We got a shot here. Wait a minute.
Yeah. Then the play happens, and now the Cardinals start to get tighter and tighter. Things become harder.
The stuff that you've been doing with ease.
Yeah.
Now the quarterback's holding the ball a little bit tighter, right?
Yeah.
You're trying to fit it in a smaller window. Sure.
You know
all
what
that.
I mean?
Yeah.
And with these guys, it's always scary to play a team that they're just all in, like
Yeah. Like they have nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose.
Yeah. Literally the epitome of playing with house money, right?
Yeah.
They've already done more than people gave them.
Right.
Thought they'd be able to do going into the playoffs.
And for Leo, if there's any team that's familiar with them, it's the Broncos.
For sure.
They practice together, so it should be an interesting matchup. I'm looking forward to a good game. Kind of big brother, little brother, and we will see what will happen. And again, that's the 10:00 game.
We'd love to see a close game. That's my hope. Is that it's a close game. Whoever wins. But we'd love it to be a close game. Make sure that they're kind of, making it fun.
We'll see what happens, man. It takes both teams to produce to get that kind of game, and I think we could see it. The next game now is going to be very interesting. You got the Eagles going against the defending champs, the Steelers. So, people, I don't think they've been, giving the Steelers credit of being the defending champs. There's a lot of people, on the Steelers who played in that championship game.
They played well.
Yeah. So we know Sid's not there, but these guys have been stepping up and playing good, and even with a lot of stuff going on, even with the coaches and all that, as far as just like time and all that, they've all kind of come together and done really well. So the Steelers. Let's talk about the Steelers a little bit. It seems like they kind of have a quarterback carousel all year long. You got Sox, you got Rob, you got Elias. If I had to guess, I think each of them all won a game.
I would imagine.
Yeah. You know what I mean? At quarterback. And you kind of look and you can kind of see what the coaches kind of see in each of them, right?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like Rob has a cannon,
sure.
Right? You know what I mean? But it's just like sometimes can the kids catch that?
Yeah.
Is that a catchable ball?
Right.
Throwing 90 miles per hour, but he has good vision, and when he's on, the kid is hot, so sometimes frustration kind of kick in. Then you got Elias, the kind of the young guy. What he did kind of last week was just. He took what the defense gave him.
Don't cost your team, right? You don't have to win every game at quarterback. you just don't want to lose the game at quarterback. And he's been great at that, right?
Yeah,
take what they give you, walk down the field.
Yeah, and he trusted his players. Whenever he had to make a big throw, a one-on-one situation, he gave them an opportunity, and for the most part, they came down with those big plays. And then you got Sox, who's another guy who just has a laser, but he always takes him a little while to kind of get warmed up. But once he's warmed up,
he can
arm-wise, arm-wise, he's just like maybe one of the best guys in the league. And I'll let you talk a little bit about the Eagles, man. You're very familiar with the Eagles, man. You guys started the season off losing a couple close games. And then from there, you guys have been able to kind of build momentum going up until this point. Man, give me some unsung heroes on your team a little bit who you think helped you guys kind of get this.
Oh, for sure. So you look right away and you think everybody's gonna say, hey, Andy's the guy, right? And so you think Andy and then Gio's the quarterback, really. But I think a lot of guys have helped us get to where we are, right? I'm sure Andy scored. I lost count of how many touchdowns, if I'm being honest. But you got guys like Leak, right? Leak at center. Who makes big catch after big catch, right? He doesn't get a lot of them,
right?
But he makes sure everyone that he gets counts, right? And then you got his little brother Ant, right? Ant playing corner has gotten 6 interceptions this year, maybe. Right? Like a kid that this is his first year, kind of being on the field the entire game, and has really shown the growth. And
I remember the kid couldn't catch a cold. Let's be honest.
And he was tiny.
Yeah, he was tiny. Couldn't catch a cold, man. He stretched out. Got really good hands. I mean, I just think where he excels the most is his flag grab is amazing.
Insane.
Yeah, it just makes it effortless, kind of.
Not much gets by him. So. So and we got guys that who helped us out. Spot here and there, right? So you got Serge comes in at safety, Johnny playing the middle. Which is not easy, man. People do not appreciate how hard it is to play the middle in this league. And I appreciate what he's done. Yeah, absolutely. So, man, I think we're really balanced. I like what we do. But I also think that about the Steelers, right? I think that is a tough game. You have, again, 3 quarterbacks that all can do what they got to do. You have receivers when they're all there that can go up and get any ball that they can throw. And you got guys playing defense. I mean, they're a tough defense to score on, man.
So. They're tough, man. They're gritty. They play physical. It should be a good game, man. Your safeties. You got Heen back there. They're gonna try to be. They're gonna be challenged.
Oh, for sure.
By this rocket, arm, that they got. And they're a team too that if the Steelers play differently when they're ahead and when they're behind. When they're ahead and things are flowing, they're nasty.
Oh, they can pile them up.
And then when things aren't going their way, things can start to turn on them a little bit. But I think that they've been working on that the rest of the year,
and I expect this to be a close game, right? I don't think that they're going to have that moment where somebody might implode because it's going to be a tight game. I don't see at any point it getting out of control either way.
One person we haven't mentioned yet from the Steelers is Seam the rusher.
Oh,
by far,
insane,
amazing. Now you guys got a good rusher too, in Monty.
Oh, Little Meyer.
Little Meyer. Yeah. Monty's been really good and solid.
Yeah, for sure.
And really good at grabbing flags, but Seam with his height,
he's
with everything, man.
I think he had a 6-sack game. Earlier this year.
Yeah, he's been amazing. I think he literally played himself out of his cleats.
Yes.
This last week, and he gives everything he's got.
And I remember he's played a couple games hurt and still been able to produce, man. So if he's healthy, man, he is a game changer.
Because if quarterbacks don't get comfortable, the defense starts to feed, and they got guys that can ball hawk down the field, man. And so, but yeah, man, I think it could come down to some of the an unsung hero. You know what I mean? Could be a Chris.
Sure.
Could be anyone just kind of making a play, coming with deflection, but someone who's doing their job
Right.
and is in their spot that they're supposed to be in, that comes in to kind of make a play. These games are going to be phenomenal, man. And I wish, I know we used to predict and all that. I don't know who's going to win these games, man. If I would say the Bucs are definitely the favorite against the Broncos. No disrespect to the Broncos and what they did.
Sure.
And I would say this game here, Eagles-Steelers, I would say it's even. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's a game that probably is decided by extra points. Like one of those type of,
very, you bring that up, man. Sometimes those things, they decide the game.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, because now if you can put yourself in a position to be up 9 with your extra points, and now they got to score twice, it's a huge difference, man. I guess another player, man, on your team that, man, I can't never get his name. I call him the Snapchat specialist, your running back.
Julian.
Julian, man.
Julian, yeah.
He's another guy too, man, that you can kind of see, got some speed, man.
Yeah.
Seems like a humble guy. I never really hear him talk. And he's kind of a good guy, man. And then you got the coaches, man. We don't really talk about the battle of the coaches, but you got Will, Leroy, Jamar, right? Did I miss anybody?
Nope, that's it. Right?
Yeah, and then over there you got Gio, Kevin, and Dave.
Sure.
It's gonna be interesting. Kevin, sometimes comes in with great game plans, or makes a really good adjustment. And then you got now the young guys, Gio and Dave, who are looking at the game a little bit different.
Sure.
And come in with something.
A different perspective.
Yeah, man. And when Kevin was out, they have done a great job holding that team together.
Yep.
A bunch of characters on that team, and I give credit to the Steelers and everybody.
Oh, for sure.
So, guys, hey, look, guys, I know this video is a lot longer than what we expected. But we wanted to give you guys, the players, the respect you guys deserve, man. Let's have some good games this week, man. Again, we're at Lighthouse, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, championship at 12:30. All right? We know what the first 2 games are going to be. Any of those combinations is going to be in. Obviously, 3 teams are going to be disappointed. 1 team's going to be ecstatic to win the championship. It doesn't define, your season or whatever, but it always feels good to come out on top. Let's keep it real, man.
Sure.
You play to win the game, and all these teams have the opportunity to come out on top. So, guys, check you guys out. Come to Lighthouse. Be there. 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Championship at 12:30.
The last one of the year, man.
Last one of the year. Come out.
Show out, man. Show some love, man.
You are going to have some great games. Enjoy the field, guys. Hey, guys, everyone be safe. See you guys out there. Gang, gang, gang.
I don't want to lose my balance when I'm staring at stars. I just want to believe that we're better than we are.